I truly believe there is 3 different developers in this world. There's junior developers, there's senior developers, and then there's me. I call myself a chaos developer. And if you watch my streams, you probably know what I'm talking about. I'm really good at building programs that kind of works the most of the time, and then they just randomly breaks every time. So what better game than a clicker idle game that's based on coding? So yeah, I do watch Orbital Potato, and I did see he drop a video on this game, and I was like, yeah, this is totally up my alley, so I'm just gonna steal this. Of course I am. So yeah, this is The Farmer Was Replaced. And something that I found really interesting with the game is that it dropped you directly into this screen. There is actually a start menu, but it doesn't start you on the start menu. It just starts you on this screen. I find that really good. I like that. I like the games that just put you directly into the action, and it seems like this is exactly what you get to do here. So this window contains information about the games. This is more or less our instructional part, and then we have our main program right here, where we can actually write our commands, so to say. Of course, it will tell me that run has not been defined because I'm a goofball. So that's not working. So I guess we need to follow what they're telling us to do. You can move windows around by dragging and dropping. You move around by dragging anywhere outside of... You can move around by dragging anywhere outside the windows. To move around the... Oh, and these are like stuck to the game screen to where they are. That is really nice. I like that. That's actually a nice touch. All right. So I guess that setup is pretty good then. To start programming, go to the first program page by pressing the following button. Very hard. First program was really hard. Okay, we have a text editor. Our program is done in code windows. Each code window corresponds to a text file containing code. Sounds good. When you run a program, the code flashes so you can see the execution flow. All right. You can dock a window to another window by dragging it onto it. Can I make a new window? Is that what you're telling me? I can. And I can dock them like that. That is quite neat. That's quite neat. Press tab to insert code completion. So if we... Okay, so then I can do that. And then he will harvest. Cool. I don't know why I already knew that harvest was a thing, so I just pushed ahead H and then we push tab. Super easy. Super easy. Don't worry, this is your first time programming. It's actually not, even though it might actually look like it sometimes. So we can currently do harvest and do a flip. I also noticed that there was a few other things in here. So we actually have pass and we have return. Return is, of course, quite self-explanatory. I guess pass is the same as break, maybe, continue. And then return is just ends your program. So yeah, nothing to do in regards to that. Unlocks. Collecting grass will give you hay. You can hay can be used to unlock loops in the unlock menu. Can I resize this one? No, that window does not resize. Gotcha. So in the unlock menu, we actually have a fairly decent amount of things that we can unlock. And as far as I understand, almost all of this is supposed to be automated. You can automate almost all of it, which seems really cool. So first up, what we are going to do. I guess it doesn't tell us too much, but I guess we need to go harvest and then go boom and execute one step of the code. All right, so that's like a debug mode, more or less. You just don't get the debug output at the moment. All right, so we can sit here and click this one forever. Can I do... I'm guessing I need some sort of upgrade to do this. What if we do while true and then run that? There must be a colon at the... I'm cheating, I don't do Python. Unlocks.loop must be unlocked before this can be used. All right, so it actually tells you exactly what you need to be able to do something like that. So unlock loops, which is this one. We need 5 hay for that, so we do have that. And that should allow us to actually use the while true functionality. So a while loop will always repeat itself until this statement is false. So by doing while true, it means that it will continuously loop because we can never make true become false. You could have a actual condition in here as well that would actually break the while loop. But I think we're just going to have... I thought it said loop baby. I thought that was way better, but no, it actually says loop body. Okay. So yeah, we can do harvests. And what this actually does, it's more or less the same as you just endlessly adding harvest like this. That's the same, but you would have to do this infinite amount of times. Instead, we can just do it with 2 lines. So if we run this now, you'll see that he will... is it capitalized in Python? Sure is. So you'll see that he will just continuously grab hay, and hay will continue to go up. Is he continuing to work while this is ongoing? Yes, it is. One thing that I learned is that things get old really quick, especially this sound. So we're up to 50 now. I'm actually gonna stop this one then, and let's have a look at these. So we can unlock some speed, and we can unlock some grass. If I get some speed first, he should probably do that quicker. Oh, then he does it too fast. Interesting. So I actually need to do that one as well. Is there like a delay or something? Wait, do I have a can harvest? I see autocomplete for that. So can we use an if loop? Or is that an unlock? Census, operator expand. Maybe I can use an if statement in here. Let's have a look if that works. So if can harvest, and you get some information about what that means. So if we go if can harvest, come on, hello? And it doesn't tell you. Can I do that? I can, okay. So how an if statement work is that you are checking if it's possible to harvest. So if you look at this can harvest call that we have here, it's called a method. It should tell us, there we go. Used to find out if plants are fully grown. So returns true if there is an entity under the drone that is ready to be harvested. False if it is not possible to harvest. It takes the time of 1 operation to execute. And then you can apparently right-click to get more information about if loops. I don't think I will go through that very much with you guys. But yeah, it explains it quite well here. So we're checking for a condition. And then you can also kind of nest if loops with elif. And then you can have an else statement to the if loop as well that will just always run if none of the if statements above will be true. So fairly simple things. If you do any programming, you will inevitably run into an if statement like this. So if you didn't notice the little guy that we have right here, so this is actually our farmer, our little drone. So he's the one who is actually getting all of the stuff for us. And we will just continue running that until I guess we can unlock the grass. Increase the yield of grass, apparently. Should probably have done that first, right? Come on. There we go. So that increased it from 200 to 300%, and we can continue unlocking that. That's really cool. And then we can also increase the speed of the drone continuously. Next up, we have plant, and we also have expand. Let's go for expand first. That's fun. The farm has grown. The space is not much use if you can't move the drone. Can you shut up? So there's no new function. Now a new function, move, that moves the drone requires that you specify the direction in which you want to move the drone to move. All right, so we have some constants, north, east, southwest. So up, down, left, right. For example, more north will move the drone 1 square to the north, so 1 step up. If you move over the edge of the farm, the drone will be moved to the other side of the farm. Okay, so it works like almost like Snake, I guess. The following code example will keep moving north and wrap back to the start when it reaches the edge of the farm. All right. So what we can do then is we have this if statement. We can add an elif to that. And then we can have... Actually, we don't even need an elif. We can just have an else. So if we are not able to harvest, we can move north. And that should mean that he will... Yeah. So now he will just go back and forth and harvest every time he's able to harvest. And if he's not able to harvest, he will move forward, move north 1 step. And that gets us even more hay. Pretty good. What's the next upgrade? We have operators, arithmetics, and comparison and logical operators. I'm actually going to play around with some plants first, maybe. Can be interesting. Grass is nice because it grows automatically, or all other plants have to be planted with the plant function. The only plant you can plant right now is a bush. You can pass the type of plant you want to plant to the function like this. Wow, that is so hard to get a hold of. All right. So plant entities bush. That will plant a bush. This will plant a bush under the drone. Yeah, call clear to reset the farm to all grass. All right. So harvest, and then we go plant entities. We can both do grass and bush. So if we go bush, that should mean that we should harvest the grass. We should then plant a bush, and then we should move north, and then we will continuously look if we are able to harvest. I wonder what will happen if we plant on top of an already planted bush. I guess we'll see. It looks like that will just continuously run now, and then it's growing. Yeah. All right. So what actually happens if I stop you now? If I were to... Can I comment this out? I can. So if I comment that out, yeah, adding this pound sign here or this hashtag, it just means that this line will not be handled. So this is often used as a comment for code. So you would add something like this will run forever, and this probably a bad idea. You never kind of want to do a while loop that's always true, but in this case, it actually does kind of make sense. So if we just tell it to harvest, will that mean that it will... Yeah, it will make it back to hay after that. All right. So you do actually need to plant every time as well. Cool. Cool. And then if we do that, let's see if we go... can I comment this out? No. And do we have a clear? Yes. And then I'll just return. So return will just mean that the code will end here. It will never get to the while true. At least it should work that way. Yeah. So that just resets the whole map back to the baseline version of it. Cool. So what are we doing next then? That gave us a few wood, which is kind of cool. Next up, we either need sensors or we need operators. So I guess we just need to run this for a little while. Are we able to get something? Do we have a count or something like that? What do we have available in here? East, Elif, Falls. I don't think anything to... I think you eventually unlock... Maybe that's under the sensors. I think you eventually unlock a way to actually allow yourself to have this data inside of the code. So you can set the target for the drone to reach. But we'll get there. We'll get there. So how much do I need? For sensors, I don't need that much. For this, I need 30. Okay, so if we get 30, then I will stop planting. Here we go. So then I can stop doing the planting. And we can just do the grass for a while until we get, I think it's to 200, right? Yeah, to get the sensors. The drone can see what's under it and where it is, so it can actually have a location of itself in some way. That's pretty cool. We can also increase the speed and increase the yield of grass. Not sure I want to do that right now, though. Yeah, this sound gets old really quick. Really, really quick. Alright, we're actually above 200 now at least, so let's get some sensors in here. That should tell us a little bit more what we can do. So the drone can see now the functions get position X and get position Y returns the current X and Y position. At the start position, they are both 0 and X position increases by 1 every tile east. Y position increases 1 every tile north. Alright, so Y and X, I guess? Yes? Yes. So X and Y. That makes sense. That's kind of what you would expect. Num items returns how many of an item you have. That was what I was looking for before. So for example, num items hay, return how much hay you have. Get entity type and get ground type. Return the type of entity or ground that is under the drone. Once you have unlocked operators, you can check if the drone is over a specific entity or ground. Do a flip if you're over a bush. So get entity type equals if it's an entity of the bush. Then this one will return that entity and the drone will do a flip. Makes sense. The none keyword is also unlocked now. None is value that represents that there is no value. For example, a function that has no return statement will actually return none. Yeah, that makes sense. I think that's one of the quirks of Python. Get entity type returns none if there is no entity under the drone. Alright, but there's always grass, so why would I get none? That doesn't make any sense to me, but I'm sure that will show at some point. So we want to have 300 of the hay. So if we go while hay, no, wait, entity, what was it? Count something? I am so bad at this. What was the damn functionality to know how many we have? Get time, no. Num items, that's the one we want. Num items, entities, grass? No. Are they called items? Okay, yes. And then we want to see if that is equal to... Oh, but I can't use the operators because... Yeah, these actually... Okay, so we won't be able to do that. Because I think this will actually fail. We want to have 300, right? So while this is less than 300, then it should run. But yeah, we can't use the operator at the moment, so we're going to have to continue a little bit longer with 2 here. Alright, so we do now have the 300 hay that we need. I think it was 30 wood that we needed for operator as well. Yes, so now we're able to unlock that. We unlocked operators to be used within expressions. They work like Python. Yes, as expected. So we can use plus, minus. We can add, we can subtract. Sorry, add, subtract. We can multiply and we can divide. God, if I remember what these do. These are some kind of weird fucking bullshit that you probably are never going to use until you're way beyond how good I am. I am a chaos developer after all, so we just use the first four, okay? If it's not basic child's math, I ain't programming it anyway, okay? So, comparison operators. So these I actually do understand. So we have the equals. So are they the same? Are they not the same? Is it more than that or is it less than that? And then we have, is it, I guess, more than that or equal, or less than that or equal? And then is it more than that or less than that? So really easy way to learn what these means. I always think of these as crocodiles. Let me explain. So if you're a crocodile, right, you want to eat the biggest thing. So the crocodile's mouth, it will always point to the biggest number. It's so easy. Works every time. And then we have some Boolean operators of not and or. All right. That's fine. That should be perfectly fine. And then we have note, all numbers in the game are floating point numbers. All right, so no integers. All algorithmic operators are floating point operators. Is defined to just floor the number after division. Slash is defined to just floor the number after the division. I have no fucking clue what that means. Maybe that just returns the actual integer itself, or maybe just returns the leftovers. I think this has something to do with leftovers and doing division, and I don't know. Ask someone else. I don't know. For beginners, operators allow you to perform actions on values. Oh, maybe they are actually going to show me. Am I going to learn something? Look at this. Look at this. Yeah, so plus, minus, these makes sense. I finished 3rd grade. This is the modulo operator. I've heard that name. I never understood it. So also known as the remainder operator. Yeah, so it's like it divides and then it gives you the remainder of the division. I don't understand when you would want that. At what point am I doing the division of 5 divided by 2 and I'm interested in getting 1 out of it? That makes no sense to me. That makes no sense to me. Maybe if I want to check if it's equals, or like if it's divisible by a specific number. But then why would I not just want a true or false? Because this can give me like 2 and 0.5 and bullshit like that. I don't know. I'm not a programmer. Entities push, evaluates false. Yeah, makes sense. Makes sense. Values true. That's perfectly fine. I think we can just get going. This should be just fine. So what exactly are we doing right now? We are looking for another upgrade, right? Ooh, variables. I do like me some variables, and we do need some carrots for that. So yeah, let's get some carrots. We're gonna need some plants for that. So let's see here. I guess we can just run him, right? Do I need to expand my... Maybe I should expand my farm then. So if I run this, he should just be running constantly. Yeah. So, we are making more and more wood here. I'm actually going to go and expand once more. So how is this going to work then? Do I just need to... If I go elif and then we go pos... This autocomplete is crap. So if the Y position... You just return a number, right? I don't need to give you anything. Yeah. So if the Y position is equal to 2, move east, else... do that. So what should happen now? It should try to harvest. If it's not possible to harvest, it will check if it's currently on the Y position of 2, which is right here. It will then move east, which should move him to this one. And then it should try to harvest that one. Maybe I should have it be mine on 0 instead. So if it's on 0, so it's on this row, it will try to move to the right instead. Oh, and now it's continuously moving that direction. Okay. Maybe I should move this guy up to here then. That way he will always harvest and then move up one step. Yeah, that kind of works. He is continuously harvesting now. Look at us go! The plant is done, expand. We don't need to expand again. We can't even expand again. We could get some faster speed, I guess. Ooh, that really sped it up. We are just barely able to harvest it. Nice. So we are flying through these. Can we make carrots? Just barely. A few more we need and then we should be able to get ourselves some carrots on the go here as well. Alright. So this is about as far as I have seen before actually. So it looks like this is where we are starting to actually till the ground and we're gonna need to do some trading. So this is where we're going to actually get into some cooler stuff. What if I get a new one and I'll just call you clear? And then we just call clear here. That just resets. That's pretty good. And then I can have the main program running right there. Alright, cool. Before you can plant carrots, you have to do two things. First, carrots can only grow on tilled soil. Till the soil, simply call till while the drone is over it. Call till again and to untill the soil. Okay. Second new feature is that carrot needs seeds to grow. You can buy carrot seed with a trade function. You can you have to pass an item type to trade like this. Trade items carrot seeds. Okay, makes sense. If the item can be bought, it will be bought with this. Then it will be bought with this. You can see the cost of any item in its tooltip. The tooltip appears when you mouse over the item itself or the item in the code. Not in this window though. All right, so we are going to have to add we can make this an elif. So we should have an if number of items carrot seed is less than let's say we're gonna need 9 to be able to do all of this, right? So if it's less than 9, then we will while ooh, I need to check the price of this one. What was the price of this? All right, so it's 1 and 1 and oh, I just messed this up. There we go. So it's less than 9 and I guess we should wrap these in. Not sure if we need parentheses here. Sure as hell is not going to cause any harm. So if we do that, carrot seeds, so this is going to be A, should be more than 9, and this should be wood, right? So if we have enough stuff to purchase carrot seeds, then we should, while this is true, so while we have less than 9 carrot seeds, we should continue with trading carrot seeds, right? Because we want to have 9 so we can plant the whole square directly. So trade items carrot seed. And that should be pretty good. And then we'll go down here, right? We'll do elif yeah, we can do an elif. Number of items. Carrot. Kind of wish you could autocomplete that, not gonna lie. Items dot carrot seed equals 9. I guess it should be equal or more than 9. Then we will. My C# is bleeding through here. Then we will till. Is that correct? It's till, right? Yeah. And then we will plant. Carrot. No. Item. This was entity, right? We want to plant entity carrot. I think that's how it works. And then we don't want to plant bushes anymore. And that should be like while number of items carrots is less than 200. I don't know, how many do we need? If we're gonna use these, we need 50. Let's do 50 then. That'll be fine. Reset to U. And I think bracket close is expected. Where? Am I missing a bracket here? No. No, we have what we need. Here. Oh, there we go. There we go. So yeah, it'll check while we have less carrots than 50. It will check if we have carrot seeds. If we don't, then it will buy carrot seeds until we have 9. This is really ugly. I would probably rewrite this in some better way if I cared enough. And then we will, if we have enough carrot seeds, this will actually cancel. Yeah, this will only be true the first time we lay it down. So this actually needs to happen. Yeah, should we do it this way? That what we need? What would the if statement be here? No, we need to have it continuously run this until, okay, so then we do while we can do this. If while number of items. No, this doesn't work. So we need a way to continuously run this until this is 0, all the whole field is filled up. The easy way would just be to brute force this, right? Make the drone with move. We can move up 3 times and then go back, and move up 3 times and then go back. I want to be able to make this to where we don't have to continuously change the drone around. I would like this to be a little bit more automated than that. So if this is more than 9, then we'll go while. Yeah, that works. Number of items equals number of items carrot seeds. Okay, so if that equals, no, if that is more than 0. Yeah, if that's more than 0 or and Get entity, get position Y, get position. Oh, get world size. We have that now. What do you do? Get the current size of the farm. Returns the size of the grid from east to west. Takes time of one operation to execute. For I in range, get world size, move north. Wait, what do you actually return? Size of the grid from east to west. So it's just the length of the actual world. None of these are true at any point. So it's not over grass. It's not on position 0. So it just breaks. So instead we need to, maybe I should have you actually as a first one. So let's have you be, this should probably be, if we were to do this in a proper way, I would have this in another file. And then I would just have a call here with a method to like buy items that we need. But that's if we were to do this a little bit more professional. I'll probably continue playing this and try to get that to work out a little bit better. So we're going to have an else statement here, and that is literally just going to say move north. Yeah. So that's the plan. Because if it can't plant, then it can't move north either. So if we run this now, error, there's enough indentation here. Excuse me? Oh yeah, you're right. How did I miss that? Take a comma or a closing bracket. Wait, what? What is going on here? Get entities, that's fine. That one is missing why am I missing stuff? And now that one is wrong. Where am I going wrong? You are wrong now? Okay. What if we get rid of you then? What that? There we go. Yeah, now it's actually planting continuously. And then it's just checking each row. Because we never actually bought any seeds. Why not? We do have what we need. Oh, because we need more than. Okay, we should have equal or more than. Then it will buy all of it. But it never actually plants anything. Can harvest, and entity type is carrots, which it is not. Entity type is grass. Oh, it never actually plants because it's not grass. I'll reset that and then we'll run this again and you'll see that it will actually continuously produce carrots. No, it actually won't. Man, this program is stupid. Cool, we have 50 carrots. We can technically get variables now, so that's cool. We got some debugging, we got some trees, we got some variables, as I mentioned. So this allows us to... we actually don't have the hay for it. All right, well, I guess that is going to do it for this little first view then. Not that easy, always. A lot of programming is just trying stuff, I've learned. And yeah, I did not really get this to work out the way I wanted it to.